Dear Diary, it's the first day of the year 2112. A day I used to celebrate, but now it feels hollow. Today marks a decade since I lost everyone. 10 long years since the rest of my team was killed by the aliens. They never came close. Not at first. They just stood there, watching. The days here are 56 hours long, so technically, it's not a new year for me. But marking New Year's at the same time as those still on Earth gives me some kind of comfort. It makes me feel like I haven't completely drifted away from humanity, like I'm still tethered to the world I once knew. The last thing I want is to become alien. My only companion now is Titan, my dog, named after the constellation we used to admire back on Earth. He was just a pup when we arrived on this planet. Now, he's 11 years old, and I can't bear the thought of losing him too. We brought several animals with us, part of the plan to start new life, to terraform and create a future here. But like my team, none of them survived. Now, it's just Titan and me, and it breaks my heart to think that soon, I might be truly alone. The aliens, I still don't fully understand them. They came for my team almost immediately after we landed. I assume they were killed, but I never saw their bodies. Just those glowing eyes in the darkness, lurking. I've never understood why they left me, why I was spared. Lately, they've been appearing every night, always in the distance. Titan is the first to notice them, always sitting by the window, growling low in his throat. It's unnerving. But what scares me more is the fact that they don't act. I know they could come inside anytime if they wanted to. The station's defenses wouldn't stop them. So why haven't they? It's not like I'm waiting for them to act. But if they meant to harm me, wouldn't they have done so already? This uneasy standoff, it's exhausting. But for now, I can live with it. It's a strange sort of comfort, knowing they're out there, but not knowing what they want. I was a biologist before this. That's why I'm here. My specialty is xenobotany, the study of alien plant life. And my job was to figure out how we could create sustainable ecosystems on new worlds. Back on Earth, I was considered one of the best. I had to be. We were tasked with saving humanity after all. The planet we landed on had a rich diversity of flora, unlike anything we had ever seen before. Plants that seemed to shimmer, even in the darkness, and trees that could grow to the height of skyscrapers. I've spent years studying them, cataloging them. Now, it feels like my research is for nothing. But recently, something unexpected happened. I found an old camera in the storage room, a relic from another time. Photography has become my new hobby. The planet is breathtaking in its own eerie way, and capturing its beauty has been cathartic. I've taken pictures of the violet sunsets, where the sky bleeds into the horizon like spilled ink. I've captured the silver leaves of alien trees, reflecting the light from our base, glowing softly in the endless night. I'm not sure why I bother. There's no one left to share these images with. Maybe it's my way of pretending I'm not alone, that someone might see them someday. 16 months ago, I lost contact with Earth. At first, the transmissions were spotty, static-filled, garbled messages. But I clung to every word. They spoke of the chaos spreading across the planet. Natural disasters, food shortages, diseases. And there was mention of a virus. Coronavirus, they called it. I remember reading about it long ago, how it tore through the population in the early 21st century. A virus that felt like the beginning of the end. And now, with the Earth in ruins, it's hard not to see it as a precursor to everything that followed. I stand in the main corridor, staring out of the window. The vast, alien landscape stretches out before me, untouched and indifferent. The sky is that familiar deep purple, a shade that still catches my breath, even after all these years. But it's hard to appreciate beauty when it feels like I'm the only one left to witness it. The air inside the base is still breathable, thanks to the oxygen recycling system. It's held up better than I expected. The tanks should last for at least another few months, maybe more if I'm careful. I try not to think about what happens when they run out. I distract myself by keeping busy, by maintaining the equipment, by walking Titan through the halls. But the thought always lingers at the back of my mind. What happens when the air is gone? As I walk down the corridor, the sound of my boots echo against the metal floors. The station feels too big for just me. The suits lining the walls look like the ghosts of my team. Standing tall, waiting for a mission that will never come. I used to come down here and stare at them, imagining a day when we could all go home. Now, I just try not to look at them at all. Titan follows me, his paws soft against the floor. He's my anchor, the only reminder of Earth, of warmth. I know he won't be here forever, but I can't let myself think about that. In the kitchen, I pull out one of the few remaining cans of food. It's from my special stash, the ones I saved for special occasions. This one, I saved for New Year's. It's funny, really, the idea of celebrating anything when there's no one to celebrate with. But old habits die hard. I open the can and pour the contents into a bowl. Titan sits patiently by my side, his eyes following my every move. I smile at him. Happy New Year, Titan. We eat together in silence, as the hum of the base surrounds us. It's quiet, but not the kind of quiet that feels lonely, just peaceful. I head toward the control room. The monitors flicker with static. The same as always. I haven't heard anything from Earth in so long that I've stopped expecting to. But I still come here, still check the systems, still hold out hope that maybe, just maybe, something will come through. There's nothing, of course. I tap the keyboard, pulling up old transmission logs, reading through them like they're relics of a past life. They spoke of earthquakes, tsunamis, fires that raged across entire continents. It's strange to think that the Earth I knew might no longer exist. I wonder how long it took before everything fell apart. The music player sits on the desk. It took me a while to get it working again. But now that it does, I play music every day. It helps me feel connected to something bigger than myself. The music echoes through the halls, filling the empty spaces with sound. For a little while, it feels like the base is alive again. In the weapons chamber, I glance at the suits and gear hanging on the walls. I haven't touched any of it since the others disappeared. I keep it all in perfect condition, though, just in case. But I know that if the aliens ever decided to attack, there's nothing I could do to stop them. The The weapons would be useless. I leave the chamber quickly, not wanting to dwell on the possibility of what could come. Back in my room, I sit at the desk and open my journal again. It's an old-fashioned way of keeping records, I know. But there's something comforting about writing things down. I take a deep breath, trying to think of what to say next. The words come slowly, but eventually they start to flow. Dear Diary,